What's doing, everybody? Welcome to Off the Cuff. What's going on? What's going on? It's fucking bit early for this shit. But you know what? You gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, man.
Myself, Justin, and we got you two Off the Cuff crews. The other two. I'm 1/3, and we got Sugar Shane Kane. What's doing, bruh?
What's good?
And we got what's your nickname, bro?
Latchdog.
Latchdog.
Yeah.
Latchdog, Logan.
Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, we're not sticking with that.
All right, well, we've got to figure out for the next one.
Yeah, that's a one and done, right?
Yeah, that's it. That's it. What's doing, boys? How you been?
Yeah, been pretty good, mate. Been pretty good. Can't complain. Oh, fucking Northern
complain.
Beaches. Yeah, I can.
Yeah.
I can actually. Northern Beaches. Fucking all the Christmas plans up, huh? With,
Yeah, I
COVID.
saw 30 new cases.
Yeah,
Some shit.
there's probably going to be more coming out.
Have they just let the bridge up? Don't let them go. Don't let them cross over the bridge.
Yeah,
That's the plan.
should be.
Yeah, fuck them.
You
But
should-
I don't think it's the richy suburbs.
Yeah, it's, yeah.
I don't know. Is Mona Vale rich?
Avalon's pretty
yeah,
rich.
Manavale's pretty decent.
Is it?
Yeah.
But is it considered like a richy? Like, is it like a Vaucluse sort of place?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't think it's Vaucluse.
No.
Yeah.
But like, yeah.
They're pretty decent. I used to work in
Is
those
it like
areas.
an Oatly?
Nah, it's like a Roselands.
Like Oatly West.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so very rich.
Yeah. Yeah, balling.
Shane, how's your week, bro?
Yeah, been an interesting one. Christmas next week.
What's interesting, bro?
Oh, just shit with work and stuff like that, eh?
That's good.
Yeah.
Shout out work.
Yeah, fuck. No, actually. Yeah, shout out work. Keep on paying me.
That's it, eh?
Yeah. I'll
Alright.
be a sellout for a little bit longer.
All right, boys, let's get on to the first topic, something I wanted to bring to the table. It's got to do a lot with perspective and understanding and how to strengthen and better your perspective. So I've been reading this book. It's called The Obstacle is the Way by Ryan Holiday. And he talks about how to strengthen your perspective when coming across certain obstacles, especially when you're trying to achieve something in your life. So, because a lot of the times perspective has to do, like, you come across a certain situation and you get an influx of emotions and you tend to go away from what's actually happening, like the reality. So you're starting to think bad and negative and play yourself down, because perspective has a big thing to do with how you can overcome certain things. And the way you perceive things is generally got a lot to do with how you can get further in life. So, yeah, just before I get started, what's your fundamentals or understanding of perspective when you come across certain situations?
For me personally,
Yes.
Are you asking how we handle negative situations?
So I should have written down the question exactly, but give me 1 second. I think I got it on my notes here. So obviously one of the biggest examples was COVID recently. You know, the whole world went through a pandemic. And a lot of people took their lives and stuff because they couldn't handle the situation. Obviously, you know, whether that was bills, mortgage situations, not being able to pay rent, all that sort of stuff, right? So that all got to them. And a lot of people just took the way out, you know what I mean? So I guess that has a lot to do with your perspective on the situation, you know what I mean? Because it's like, fuck, I can't do this. Negative. So what do? They take their life. But so what I wanted to ask is, and we all may have a similar answer to this, but whenever something goes wrong in our lives, we either fail to reach a certain goal or we plan to try and achieve something, but the road becomes increasingly difficult due to certain issues arising in the process, or maybe we hit with terrible news out of nowhere. Somewhere along the way, something has gone wrong. How have you dealt with it? And what advice would you give to people listening to who are dealing with certain difficulties or will incur difficulties along the way?
oh, that's a good question,
Damn,
Justin.
bro.
Thanks,
yeah.
boys.
Yeah, making us think at fucking 8 o'clock in the morning, man.
Yeah, this is when your brain's most alert, isn't it? We just had a coffee.
Is it? Yeah. It's
Nah,
supposed to be.
I don't drink coffees, mate. I'm 24.
Yeah.
It's only hot chocolates.
So it's just raspberries and antioxidants at lunch.
I don't know. That's a tough question, man.
Yeah. I think there's probably heaps of elements to this question in regards to ways you can answer it, right? But I guess for me, if you asked me this question 5 years ago, I'd be like, oh, that perspective shit is bullshit because I was very in the moment.
Yeah.
So it's like if something went wrong in the moment, that's it. Like my world had sort of ended. And that's a very immature way of thinking.
Yeah.
I would say. So it's just like, you know, if I was dealing with COVID 5 years ago and I lost my job, I'd probably be like, well, that's it. There's no coming back. But
And
I
a
guess-
lot of people tend to think like that.
yeah, and that's because I guess they don't have the idea of perspective on what it actually is. It's not like saying that, oh, I've got to be grateful because, you know, I've got a house or I live here. It's sort of more like this is just a moment in time where I'm going through this.
Yeah.
And I have to sort of understand that it's not going to always be like this.
Yeah, it's just a moment in your life. It's not the rest of your life.
Exactly. It's just part of that journey.
Yeah.
Because I think what we get told, like subconsciously at school and things like that, it's like everything's going to be sunshine and rainbows, and life isn't hard. But I think the older I get, I realize that life is going to be hard.
Yeah.
No matter what. And, you know, to be successful is hard. To not be successful is also hard.
Yeah.
And I think that what happens is because people get caught up so much in their daily lives, you know, when it comes to going to work, holding relationships, having friendships, having, you know, a social life and just all that stuff, that you sort of lose perspective. But I think it's like, it's sort of been twofold, because like if we're talking specifically about COVID, some people have been able to better themselves from it. And then some people obviously, you know, haven't been. And I guess for me, perspective, I always look back at like what helps me is like just being grateful for the position I'm in. And I saw, like, I read this one thing a little while back where it said that, you know, be careful what you wish for, because at this current time of how you're feeling, you want sort of wish for that. And I never understood that when I first saw it, but I sort of get it. It's like, if you want to take the risk, or, you know, you want to make sacrifices, say, for example, lose some weight, you've got to give up some junk food, right? But then sometimes you feel like crap, you don't want to eat chicken and spinach, but it's like you wanted this because you wanted to be fit. And obviously that's a very surface level thing, but I think that it's a true concept, because like, a lot of people focus on that destination type of thing, but it's actually the journey.
Yep, the
You know,
process.
It's just part of it.
Yep.
And I guess like it's, for me, it's just focusing on, okay, like this is how I'm gonna feel for now, and it's okay to feel like this. It might feel like shit is ending, but if you trust yourself enough and you believe in yourself, you know, it's going to be okay. And I think a lot of people need to do that. And I feel like that it's something that should be taught in schools, you know. It's something that we should openly talk about. Because at the end of the day, I feel like this whole, like, you know, how people talk about, like, you know, self-love, self-care, you know, gratitude, perspective and all that stuff. At the end of the day, it all really falls down on like mental health and trying to take care of yourself, in my opinion. I could be fucking completely wrong. I don't know. But that's how I look at it. And that's what I use to cope with it. Like, you know, for example, if like something goes wrong at work, like I fucked up something, and it's like, well, you know, I'm allowed to make mistakes, and I'm not going to be, you know, feeling like this forever.
Yeah.
There might come some consequences, but at the end of the day, it is what it is. Like, that's the best way to deal with it. For me, it's probably not the most healthiest. Like, I think like there's probably healthier ways out there.
Yeah.
But that's what I do myself. And that's because for me, it's like I'm still on that journey of understanding all that shit. Like, you know, actually being grateful, actually having that perspective.
Yeah.
You know, because it's so, I get why some people are so like, you know, like treat themselves as the victim, because it's so much easier. It's like, you know, there's not that accountability. I think it's a sort of like a gray area between accountability and being a victim, because some people do get fucked over.
Yeah.
But there's some people also play the victim.
But at the end of the day, if you're getting fucked over by something external, that's completely out of your control. Right? So you can only control what you can control at the end of the day. And that's how you react to situations and how you move forward.
Yeah.
So if you play the victim role, the days are just going to keep passing by and you're always going to be stuck in that depressing state and letting time keep on going while you're just not going, you're not taking that step forward to keep on going. You're not finding a way to through it. Once
And just before you go on, and I just want to say that we're not saying that like if you're depressed, like, you know, man up, or like,
Yeah,
you
no,
know,
no,
it's
no.
not that. It's more like a mindset around adversity.
I'm all for people taking a moment. Like if something happens to you, you know, you need to take a moment, feel that shit, do whatever it is that you need to do to, you know, let your emotions out. Like I'm all for that stuff, but don't dwell on it for too long. You know what I mean? Like one day, maybe that's it. Second day, then you got to start planning ahead, because like as I said, time's just going to keep on going. No matter how you feel, the sun's going to keep rising. You know what I mean? Go up, go down. Days are just going to keep going.
I'd like to get Lachlan's thoughts on like how you handle adversity, because to me, like for the time I've seen you, it's like you're someone that's like, okay, shit happens, you just got to get the fuck up and like just deal with it, deal with your shit, and just keep on moving forward. But like, is that something that like has been instilled in you? Did you have to learn that, or was it something like? Is it just your attitude? Where it's like, shit's happened, it's fucked. It's what can you do? Like, is that something that's you've had to teach yourself?
Yeah, the way I approach things, I don't know. Yeah, I've always been sort of. I've never been one to. I don't know how to really explain the way I do the way I deal with hard situations. I think I look at them for what they are and see. I take into account what the worst possible outcome of this situation can be, and then it helps me realize that okay, it's not. I'm not going to die from this thing, unless it was my cancer stuff. Then I was like, that's a little bit different. But even then, it was just like, oh fuck, it is what it is. I can't really change what's happening. And I think that came from doing martial arts. That sort of gave me the ability to approach things in a calm manner, even if it's like a high anger situation. I sort of reserve myself. I pull myself back from the situation, trying to look at it externally, and then go from there. Like, I think a good example like that you probably would have witnessed was that altercation at that party one time, right? When that happened, at no point was I like just going to act like. Yeah. Me and this guy got into a push and shove, and then we're just like holding each other, right? And the entire time I wasn't thinking about, okay, I've just got to bash this guy. I've just got to throw punches. I didn't throw anything, and I like you came in and you're like, hey, don't do this, and then I was like, because I removed myself from the immediate threat. It helps me take into account what's going on around me. Yeah. And so when you were like, hey, don't do this, I was like, yeah, okay, I shouldn't do this. Yeah. Let me pull back. And then it just ended, right? It didn't turn into anything. Yeah. And that's, I think, how I approach a lot of difficult situations on my end.
That's a good point, though. It's pretty much practicing objectivity, right?
Yeah.
So one quick example here, like say someone comes to you with a situation, it's easy for you to give them advice when you're not in the situation, right? Yeah. You can see clearly what needs to be done.
Because there's no emotional investment in it.
But when something happens to you, that's what you kind of got to do. You got to try and practice objectivity. So if you were to give someone advice exactly on your situation, what would it be? And then you just act on that advice. That's one of the best ways. That's one of the keys to strengthen your...
And that's what I sort of am trying to like implement in my life. It's like I take a step out and be like, if I was asking another version of me, what would that version tell me? Yeah. So it's like, it's trying to do that, but it's also sort of like, it's super difficult because we're emotion-driven like beings. So it's like, you know, in the moment, like you can control yourself in that moment, like to an extent, but I don't know if it was roles reversed and I was in that moment, if I would be able to. You know what I mean? I
wasn't always like that. Yeah. Like I would act stupid sometimes. Like when I was I probably didn't really start doing this stuff until I was maybe 18. Because until then, I know I reacted poorly to some like situations, and then just really, I think. Having confidence in yourself is also a big factor because you're not worried about the opinions of others. You take the time to go, okay, what do I want to do with this situation? You're more calm when you're confident. Yeah. I feel you're not as quick to make just stupid decisions. So confidence is a real key for that for me. So I think if you're not confident if your confidence is down in whatever way, it's going to affect your
Yeah.
decision making
Yeah.
and on how you approach things.
And I think you're right there, because I watched this interview with Jay-Z once, and he was telling like the guy that was interviewing him a story, right? He goes, to your point, he goes, you ever walk down the street like in the hood, and then like you're walking down and you might look at someone, right? And that person's like, what are you looking at? You want to have a go? Like, what are you looking at? And he goes, if he was that age and he was in that in that position, he would do the exact same thing. But as he got older, he understood. He goes, the reason you're doing that is because you think I've seen an insecurity or a flaw in you, and you don't like that. You're attacking me already. And I think you're right there, because I think I've done that in the past too, where it's just like, what are you looking at me for? But it's more of a like, I think that this person has seen something in me that I already don't like about myself.
Yeah.
So it's like, instead of just, letting it go, you're like, well, what are you looking at?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? So I think that you're right there. It's like having that confidence with just in yourself, or not being as insecure or accepting certain things.
Yeah, knowing who you are and where you're going.
Yeah.
You said something that was pretty crucial earlier, the cancer thing that you went through. So not a lot of, and that's probably one of the toughest, that's probably the hardest thing anyone would have to deal with, that news.
Yeah.
So if I'd like to get your insight on how, or when you, like, what were you thinking when you received that news, and how did you get through that as well as you did?
Well, that's tricky, because I didn't really have time to process it that much, because I found out that I had it on like a Wednesday, right? And then I went to surgery the next day. And then at that point, after the surgery and they remove it, it had always been said that surgery was like the main thing for this one. And so I never really had time to really go deep with dealing with it. It was just so quick that, like when the doc told me, like, it's like, okay, yeah, it's cancer, we're going to go into surgery. I was just like, oh, right, okay. It's this like numb feeling, because it's really hard to explain. Like, I didn't feel anything. I wasn't angry, sad, nothing.
Were you like in shock? Or like, did you be like, oh, it's not real?
Yes and no, because it was like leading up to seeing the specialist, I had already like sort of prepared myself. It was like, prepare for the worst, but hope for the best.
Yeah.
And that's what I was doing. And so I was like, okay, I'm going to have it. And then when he told me I have it, I was like, oh yeah, okay, I expect this. No big shock there. And so I was like, okay, now I just deal with it.
Did you kind of know that you were going to be fine though? Like when they said we'd go surgery tomorrow.
Yeah, because
did you kind of like, I feel like I'm going to be all right though?
Yeah. I never really had the worry that this would be the end of me.
Yeah.
I was just like, all right, like that. If I was going to just be thinking about this possibly leading to my death, I think that would have just wasted time. It wouldn't have helped anyone in any way. So that it was just being able to look at it and go, okay, look, I can't change this. I'm just gonna have to deal with it. And that's what I did. I just was like, all right, just keep moving forward.
Yeah.
And then once the surgery was done, I was like, okay, I'm good.
Yeah, and obviously, this whole situation isn't good. But do you think that you going to surgery so quickly like helped that? Like, let's say,
yeah, because I didn't have to dwell
think about it.
Yeah, I was just able
straight
to go
into it. Yeah.
smack bang.
Yeah.
Definitely. Because I think if I had to sit at home, it would have been like, like fuck, what am I going to do?
Yeah.
But it, like you don't have time. I think it sort of happens the same with funerals, right? Like if you have someone important that passes away, that first like 2 weeks is so focused on, okay, what paperwork do I need to get sorted? How do I sort out the funeral? You don't really process it in that time, but then afterwards you have time to just be like, oh, this sucks, and then that's when things can go downhill. But during that like first couple of weeks, it's you just got a load of distractions.
Yeah.
And then so that's why I think having the surgery so quickly helped me deal with it, because I didn't have to think about it. It was just like, okay, it's gone now.
Yeah, true. Because there's a certain story I want to bring up, and it's of an old emperor, right, who noticed that his citizens were growing entitled and weak. And so what he did, he placed a massive boulder in the middle of a road, blocking everybody from getting into the city. And what he would do, he would hide and observe closely on their reaction to this. And every time someone will try to come to the city, each subject will just like see this, go angry and frustrated, and turn around and just go. All of them, you know, they'll see this thing blocking their path, and they'll just get angry, frustrated, rebel, and do nothing about it, and then just go back home. Until one person came across this boulder, and then he saw the reality. Okay, there's something blocking my way of trying to get into the city of where I want to go. So he got out, tried to look at it, see what he could do, and then he tried to move it, but couldn't move it. It was pretty big, pretty heavy. And so he went out into the bushes and got like a massive branch, a massive stick to give him leverage to move it out the way. And so he started using that, and eventually got the boulder out the way. But underneath this boulder, the emperor left like a massive pot of gold for anyone who would actually act accordingly to try and get it out their way. It was like a gift to him. So what I want to take from this story is like how so many people will come across certain difficulties, get frustrated or angry, and just revert back and not do anything about it. So perspective is one thing, but once you understand the reality of the situation and you know what you can do, acting is the next thing. You got to act straight away. You can't dwell on it for too long. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Is it more, instead of being perspective, is it more like an attitude thing? Are you saying perspective and
does have
attitude?
a lot to do with attitude though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. But like when it comes to but I think what I'm trying to say is like is your perspective is purely based on how your attitude is.
Yeah. Yeah. I'd say so. Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because a lot of people have poor attitudes and therefore they have poor perspective, right? You know what I mean? Like you said earlier, it's all just about the journey, right? So everybody has an end goal, but no one understands that you got to break that down to like a day by day. Like you can't say I want to be somewhere in 2022 and then just like wait for 2022 to arrive and be there. Like you got to understand, okay, I've got to do that now from every day from now till then so I can get there. You got to break it down to a step by step. Nick Saban, the Alabama football, one of his biggest things is trust the process. That's why he has that banner all over the Alabama high school. For those that don't know, there are like 6-time NCAA state championships. National champions, sorry. One of the best college football programs in America. And what he teaches is to everybody, like just focus on whatever the drill is in front of you. Like if we're focusing now on block drills, don't worry about fucking later tonight. Just get past this drill first. Do your best at this drill, and then we'll go on to the next drill. And once we get past this one and get to the next one, then focus on that one. You know, break it down. Just focus on whatever in front of you. Give it your best, get through it, and then on to the next one. And you repeat it. You just keep breaking that down. Like everybody has the same goal of wanting to be the champions, but you got to break that down to today. Today we're running sprints, so just focus on running sprints. Don't worry about. We know where we're going, but we got to do this first. You know what I'm saying? You got to break it down day by day.
Yeah, I can see that. Like if you I've never dealt with depression or anything like that, but I think if someone with that took it slower, like the end goal shouldn't be, okay, I want to be super happy tomorrow. It'd be like, okay, tomorrow I just want to like be able to walk somewhere that makes me feel a little bit better. Like it shouldn't be like, okay, tomorrow I need to be like perfect.
Yeah, it never works like that.
Yeah.
And like everything that we're talking about is obviously something that you got to work on. It's like almost like a skill you got to develop, and it takes time.
Yeah, it's just all about getting the reps, you know.
Yeah, it's all about understanding what you want to do and how you can be better at it, and then just working on it every day. Like I'm not saying tomorrow anyone that listens is going to wake up and just have like the greatest perspective ever. Like just doesn't work like that. It's something that you work on every day to try to understand and practice objectivity and try to control your emotions and steady your nerves and then start acting on whatever the task at hand is and breaking it down. Like it all takes time and reps.
How do you think you are in regards to controlling your emotions?
Look, I used to be pretty poor.
Yeah.
Yeah. I never used to, like, I'm not someone who always was emotion like driven though, but when something would anger me, I wouldn't think. I'd let that anger take over.
Yeah.
You get me? Like I wasn't great at controlling that stuff.
Yeah. But how about now?
Now I'm a lot better. Like especially over the last year when I've tried to improve a lot, I've definitely gotten a lot better of just understanding that, you know, at the end of the day, like I said, the time's just going to keep going. So,
but that's the thing. It's like it's never going to be perfect.
Yeah, it never is.
You just have to be better than yesterday.
And you understand, like, shit's always going to come up. No matter where you go, something's always going to pop up that's just going to knock you off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you got to accept that. Like,
Yeah.
that's essentially just how it goes.
Yeah.
At the end of the day. Like, nothing's just going to rainbows and rainbows and sunshines don't exist. Like, you're always going to be knocked off and down.
Why do you think we sort of get taught that like, you know, there's this like end goal where everything's going to be fine, your life's going to be perfect?
Because people love happy endings.
Yeah.
Plus-
but why? Like,
I think what
get
a lot of
people
people
love happy endings, and you know, in many ways. But like, how, like, do you think it's just because it's easier to show that side of life than to show it's gonna be fucking shit sometimes?
Yeah.
Plus, I think everybody like is so easily influenced as well. Like when you see on social media what everyone's doing,
Yeah.
a lot of people can get that FOMO and sad and down on themselves, and they're like, "Well, I want that."
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think FOMO is like it's
Yeah.
underrated in the toxicity side
Flex
of things.
culture. You know what I'm saying?
Like, you know what I mean?
And people are like, "Oh, I want that," and I guess entitlement plays a part as well.
Yeah. And it's easier to say, well, this person got this because they're fucking,
Like you said, it's easier to
and
play
we all
play
do
victim,
that.
yeah,
We all do that. Like,
rather
you know
than
what I mean?
take responsibility and accountability.
Yeah.
You know, like I don't know what I'm going to say. So yeah, keep going.
Oh, okay. Okay. No, but like, but you fucked that one up, didn't you?
Yeah.
Do you not listen on the podcast, bro?
Yeah, I do, but I just went blank for a sec. I was like, fuck.
No, but do you think that, like, you know, we're in that sort of weird time where, as you said, like everything is on social media, so people want everything now? And do you think that's why there's more of it? Or do you think because of social media, we see a lot more of it? We've always been like this? Or
Fake reality?
Yeah.
Yeah. Everyone just flexes and shows off things. How many of those people actually earned it and worked for it, you know, is a different story. You know what I mean? So people will just see that and then be like, oh, I want that. Like, who can give it to me? Not how can I actually work to earn that? So I think that's a different level. You get what I'm trying to say? The entitlement's huge. So yeah, a lot of like, do you reckon that's got to do with a lot of our generation is very entitled? Can you see that?
I wouldn't say like,
Yeah, I wouldn't say we're entitled.
but we probably don't handle when things don't go our way as best as we could.
But I think that comes from that, like, fucking the participation trophy.
Yeah,
and shit,
and
man.
that's the thing. Like, you know what I mean? It's just like,
Fuck, man.
well,
You're the
can I
first
have an
like-
award
first like
because I
last.
tried?
Like, teach kids how to lose,
Yeah,
man.
yeah. And it
100%.
should be like a growth mindset. I'm just looking at the camera, like a growth mindset side of things, where it's just like, instead of saying, "Oh, you did really fucking great," it's just be like, you know, you did good that you put your best foot forward. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It shouldn't be
Like
like
you weren't good enough, sucker.
probably not like that, but like that.
No, you got to be tough on them.
Yeah,
bro.
like, no, like there is.
No,
like
I don't
a
think
way
you gotta
can-
you gotta be tough. Like,
Yeah.
if they've like, you don't need to.
Started injecting PEDs at 6 years old.
No, because right, there was this
illegal.
there was this fucking, was it a TikTok or some shit? I think, right?
The coach.
No. Oh yeah, that was fucked up.
That's Justin.
I didn't. Oh yeah.
There was this girl on TikTok that she said that her dad. So if she failed at something, her dad would like be like, "Fucking great work, great! You failed at that. Good. That's the best thing like that you could have done today." Like he would encourage them. I think she would say. He would be like, "Okay, what's something you failed at this week?" Like he didn't want to know what they succeeded at. He wanted to have this positive reinforcement of failure, so that they didn't go being like, "Oh fuck, if I fail, that's the end." Like he made it for them that failure was like, it's not something to be afraid of. It's just something that happens.
Yeah, 100%. Because that's the only way you can actually learn is through failing. Like,
Yeah.
if you're always
Like
succeeding,
experience,
you're not
it's-
knowing. You're not knowing what you're doing right.
Yeah, because if you have
wrong, sorry.
I think it all comes down to experience. Because if
Yeah.
you have experience in failing, it just helps because you know, okay, I just know how to deal with this.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the same with anything. If you have the more experience you have with something, the easier it becomes. Because, like, I think, people being anxious nowadays is a big thing. Like having social anxiety. I think, like, for me, when I was like 18 and stuff, I was real like nervous about that sort of thing. Until I started working in construction, and you work with so many random people. Like, you got different tradies coming in every day, and you just start talking to them that you're like, oh, this is not this fucking big of a deal. Like, if you don't get along with someone, it's not the end of the world. It's just, it is what it is. And like, I think it doesn't help when people go, oh, I have social anxiety, so I'm not going to come out. I think you should just try
make yourself uncomfortable.
You need to make yourself uncomfortable to just break that mold of, people get me nervous, so I'm never going out. Like, that's not going to help you.
Yeah.
You need to just go out there, just talk to like the guy who go to Subway and just talk to the dude who's making your sandwich and be like, oh, mate, what do you like on your sandwich? Right? Like, if you have that issue of not being able to talk to people, because that helps massively.
For the people who do fear failure, though, what advice would you tell them?
Go fail.
Go fail.
Yeah.
Fail forward, fail often.
But like, if, like, I'm not saying go fail at your job. I'd be like, fuck, this house fell down because of me. Like, don't do that. Just like, I don't know, fucking, like, start off small. Like, fail at something that, okay, it's not going to be a big deal if you do fail, and then just keep looking at it in a positive light. Positivity is the key, I reckon.
Only from your failures you can grow, eh? You can look back and know what you did wrong and then apply and tweak it to the next venture.
Yeah.
Self-train, any advice for people who fear failure?
I think it's inevitable. So, I guess when people have that attitude of like, failure is not an option, I think it's still a good, mindset to have, but just, understand that it might not go the way you want it to go. And that's not necessarily bad, because like, I'm a big believer in, it's like, if it doesn't come your way, it wasn't really meant for you anyway. So it's just like, you're going to learn from it. So, it's a win-win for me. It's like, if you fuck up, you learn from it. And if you don't fuck up, you don't fuck up. Like, it's obviously easier said than done, because once again, you need that perspective. In the moment, it's super difficult, having that process of grieving through it or whatever you need to do. But you just got to get up and, it's like a game. And it is a game, essentially. You just got to get up because...
Yeah, fucking is a game, eh?
Like,
seriously.
Yeah, and you just got to get up, the sun's still going to come up, hopefully. And you just got to give it. Like,
not on December 21st.
Oh, yeah. But
we haven't put that podcast out yet, mate.
Yeah.
It's not going to make any sense.
Yeah.
Well, that goes out
and
tomorrow.
It's the 19th, buddy.
Yeah. But yeah, that's the thing. That's my, I guess, outlook on it, and not fucking perfect. So look, I could be fucking wrong, because we all don't know anything. So, but that's
uneducated opinions.
Yeah,
right here,
exactly.
Mate.
Yeah.
But I think they're very valuable opinions too.
Opinions from the people that don't really matter. Yeah.
Yet.
Yeah. Yeah. But how about you? What would be, let's say, I came up to you one day and be like, hey, Justin, like, shit's not going right. I want to give up,
I'd say toughen up.
Here's a teaspoonful of cement.
Yeah.
Harden the fuck up. No, I'll
make the knot tight.
Yeah, is that what you're gonna say at your fucking when you become a motivational speaker at the seminars? You
walk on, harden the fuck up,
and then walk the fuck off.
Yeah, then
thanks for your money.
Yeah, I paid $200 for that.
You're all here because you're soft. No, I just obviously then just let you see the reality of the situation and help you understand what your next steps are, and then help you take those next steps.
Yeah,
I think because that's all it comes down to.
Yeah,
people look at it like from a huge picture, and they don't understand. Like, just focus on what is like right in front of you right now, and then just get through that. You know what I mean?
And I guess another takeaway from that is like, there's a lot of people out there that like, enjoy helping others.
Yeah.
And that's cool and all, but like, if you can't sort of help yourself and take care of yourself first, then, focus on that, because that's the most important thing. Like, sort of yourself over everything, period. Obviously.
Yeah.
That's a big thing.
And I think this is a good segue, like in terms of helping yourself. Pornhub. All right, good stuff.
Fuck me.
So they've done a
shout out Big Sex.
They've done a big purge, haven't they?
Which is good, by the way. Which is good. Yeah. It's good that they've done that.
Yeah. So, do you know the story behind this, Justin?
Not exactly, no.
So Pornhub decided to remove about 10 1.2 million videos. This was after. Okay, this is what they say is the reason for it. Is that they did an independent review of illegal content on their site back in April, and from that they found like certain like practices of their site were contributing to illegal videos, whether that involved like minors or non-consensual videos like revenge porn and all that sort of stuff. So they're saying that's the reason they brought this out. But then a couple of days before they brought it out, there was a New York Times article that came out basically saying like there were all these girls, underage girls, that were, their videos had been put on there, and like Pornhub basically profits off them because you still got advertising space that is being put up on these videos. So like some of the things that they're stopping, right, is they're stopping downloads from the site unless it's like a paid video. They've got a newly established red team, which is just going to be like human moderators for the site. They're going to like update their keywords glossary, I think that's what they call it. So the only people who can upload are verified accounts and people within their model program. And then after 2020, like in 2021, they're going to release a transparency report about all this sort of stuff. Like in terms of how many, I think, like illegal videos are still getting through on their site. So like the New York Times article is there's some fucked up shit that this reporter found out. Like one of the stories is this girl got adopted from China, and then like her adoptive family like started making child porn with her. Like she was like 9, man, and they were putting the videos out. And the issue is, so the reason they stopped the downloads was because even though she would get them off, right, like she would get the videos taken down, the people who had downloaded the videos would then be like, oh,
distributing.
Yeah, they would just upload it back onto the site, right? And then what's even more fucked up is that like one of these videos got like more than 1 million views, man. Like it's fucking sick. It's so gross, right? And so like it's a good thing that they're bringing in like that you have to be a verified uploader. But then you got the argument on the other side, which is the verification process is quite easy to do.
Oh, okay.
It's more so like if someone's going to be putting up stuff, so what they got to do is they just got to be a verified uploader. I think you just have to you have to confirm your email, but then also you don't have Tinder, but do you know how on Tinder if you become a verified profile, you take a photo, they make you take a photo to become like a verified person on there?
I think I had Tinder before that.
You can become verified on Tinder.
Yeah. It just so you don't get catfish, right? But all they make you do is they make you take a selfie doing a pose or some shit like that, and then so that's what Pornhub is introducing to be a verified uploader.
Split your legs open with the inside your mutt.
Is this literally your pussy?
No, so the uploader just has to take a photo with a sign that says their username on it, and then they can have that like on a piece of paper or on their body.
Well, you can still circumnavigate that.
Yeah, right. That's one of the things.
Okay.
It's because it's this fine line between totally shutting out new people that are trying to make adult content
and just
that are trying to make a living off it, and then people that are uploading illegal shit, right? So then they've been like, because MasterCard and Visa have stopped their services to Pornhub, so you can't. I don't think you can purchase anything at the moment if you have a MasterCard. I think American Express might still be available, but Yeah, MasterCard and Visa have stopped it.
Do we know how many videos get uploaded on the daily?
On the daily?
Yeah.
Fuck,
I think
man.
it was in the millions.
Yeah, that had to be.
I was gonna say
millions,
like we
eh?
could put a team that analyzes each video
Yeah.
uploaded.
Well, see, that's that.
Well,
red
that's
team.
what
that red
the
team is.
they're doing.
Millions of videos a day.
Yeah,
But see-
that's why they purged the site.
Yeah. At the end of the day, it's just that's only Pornhub. There's like a million different other sites as well
Yeah.
that you just don't
Yeah.
know.
So
So how would you say they could combat that verification thing? Like, should there? That's a tough one, eh?
yeah, because some of the sex workers have been saying that this is more so an attack on porn itself, right? Like, but you definitely need to get rid of all that illegal shit.
Yeah.
Like, especially like revenge porn
Yeah.
is such a big thing because like in that article there was another story of a girl who she was meant to be in like grade 8.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is in
Yeah.
the US, but she was talking to a guy in the year above her. He asked for some like nude videos and stuff. He got them, spread them, ended up on like Pornhub and just wrecked this girl's life.
Yeah.
I think he did end up, like the kid ended up getting charged
Yeah.
with like revenge porn stuff. But still, like it was the fact that she would get the videos taken down, but then just people were downloading
Because you
them
can
and then
download
upload
it,
it. So like, I think while there's still free content, it's going to be a lot harder to monitor it. I think the only way to really crack down on it is to make the site, you have to be paying for it.
Yeah.
Because that's the only way you can really hold accountability to people who do shit.
And then do you think that would just, I guess, like on that flip side, just open up another even more bigger black market in regards to like child porn and stuff like that?
I don't know. I got no idea, man.
But I just can't, I still can't fathom that there's sickos out there that actually, that concept to
It's
me, I'm
such
still
a
understanding because I'm like, how, like,
Yeah, it's such a fucked up world, eh?
yeah, it is.
There's
it
just
is.
so much that going on that we have no idea about.
Let's say, like, obviously this won't ever happen, but let's say if, like, for some weird reason, porn on the internet was blocked, you couldn't get it anywhere, would you guys be okay with that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, homemade.
Yeah.
Homemade.
Just watch yourself or something?
Yeah. What are you doing?
Find a partner, bro.
Yeah.
Gosh. Damn, Shane. What are you doing at home, bro?
I don't know, man. I don't know half the time.
Yeah, it's become like
I mean,
an integral part of society.
I feel
in a way.
Yeah.
Well, because I think they say 30% of the internet is just porn,
Fuck.
right? So, and I did the math on this.
Yeah.
There's like 1 billion websites.
Yeah.
30% of 1 billion is
Yeah.
300 million, right? That's
Just porn.
just porn. That's 300 million websites of just dedicated to porn.
Damn.
Right, and
Just
Pornhub,
watched all of
like
them.
and Pornhub
almost.
and Pornhub is like one of the top 10 websites in the world.
Yeah.
That's
Right,
probably,
to be in the top 10 out
as
of
a website. Oh,
yeah,
okay.
to be top 10 out of in
Yeah.
like the whole world. That's massive, man.
That's crazy.
Like,
Well, how would you feel if they got rid of porn on the internet?
Oh, I'd feel fine because I've like
he's got a girlfriend, bro.
and given up porn. Like, I'm trying not to watch it because like I've gone through this thing where it's
But
just like
couldn't
I'm
people
not trying to.
couldn't people just go to the sex store and just buy the DVDs again?
Yeah, you
Or
could.
fucking
Or it's fucking like 14
yeah.
Oh, actually, shouldn't probably say that, but like younger me, just use your fucking imagination. You'll be fine.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean?
We're a dream, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think then that's when like escorting would just explode as well.
Yeah. Yeah. Because it's that fine line between like
Start an escorting business.
you have a right to, upload that stuff and, put it up, but then obviously
That's why I
not if
think
it's-
like more of the new adult workers are going to be
Yeah.
going to like OnlyFans and stuff.
yeah, like that's where it's at.
Yeah, for them anyway.
Yeah, well, that is taking over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It has, but it's just like I don't know anyone personally that pays for that shit. Like I just, but then again,
Ask your neighbour, he might.
my what?
Your neighbour.
Oh my! Across the road.
Yeah.
Okay. So I was tripping out for a second.
He might have a few subscriptions.
No. He's too good for that. He's Big Sex 2.0. Do you think he needs to pay for OnlyFans?
It might even help society in a whole because like people aren't like dating as much now.
Yeah.
Because it's probably like they're like, oh fuck, why do I need a date? I can just jack off.
Yeah.
What oh fuck, I was gonna ask yeah.
It's 2 today, bro.
I know.
One. Which one is it? It had to do with something you just said before.
Big Sex 2.0.
No. Before that.
Could you live without porn?
No. Was it that? No, OnlyFans.
Perspective.
When did OnlyFans jump on the scene? How long it has been?
So I saw this thing about OnlyFans. Actually, sorry to cut you off, Lachlan, but that it wasn't initially supposed to be a
Explicit site?
Yeah, it was just supposed to be like for YouTube personalities and stuff that wanted to take their people behind the scenes.
I think it was more. It started out as more of a Patreon.
Yeah, like a Patreon type of thing.
Yeah.
And then adult workers were just like, we're going to capitalize, on this.
And now it's
So
just.
yeah,
But is there also
it's just
OnlyFans
nuts.
content for that? For what it was meant to be?
Yeah. We could start an OnlyFans.
Yeah, I know that, but like,
yeah.
Not sex work.
yeah,
like,
I know. For
behind the scenes
anything,
of
yeah.
this,
But I think it's so crazy. It's like what it was initially set out to be. It's become something else, and then people just think it's just a thing. So like,
how long has it been now since OnlyFans became a thing?
let's see when it was established.
like when it was established.
Yeah,
OnlyFans.
such an innovative business,
and it's just fucking blown up.
Yeah.
you know, just
Well,
like
it's not,
apparently.
like if you look at it as that, it's not really that
No,
innovative.
but like just
because
something's
Patreon was
blown up.
like, Kickstarter. and stuff.
2016
Okay.
so what about 3 years?
September, 2018,
2018, 19, I'd say, is when it picked up. Late 18.
I don't know. It's just sort of become ingrained. Like
it's something like Google where it's like, I don't know when I knew about it. We just knew about it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
God damn.
Remember the days before Google? Like, did you like fucking Internet Explorer? Mate?
Yeah.
Firefox.
Yep.
And
Like, Firefox, yeah. I used to
Like
have Firefox.
we're older than Google.
What year was Google?
I think it was like 2001 or something.
Fuck.
Damn.
I think
I remember
that's
that. I remember when I had the first ever time I had a computer.
Yeah.
Fucking. Well, I was like 5 years old or something.
What game were you playing?
Nothing. It was for my dad for his like work and stuff. So one of those old fucking monitors. I think I used to play
Like
Snakes
with
on it.
The fat back.
Yeah. I used to play Snakes on it obviously every now and then, but I remember just a dial-up internet connection.
Yeah.
That was mad.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, it's 1998.
Oh,
We're still we're still
older.
older.
Still older than fucking Google.
Older than Amazon as well. I think Amazon was like 97,
Okay.
96.
Ooh, I might be the same age then.
Yeah, because
Couple months.
96.
Couple months maybe. So how did it start? Just from a New York Times article?
Nah,
that's how it crashed everything on there.
Nah, that was sort of like the thing that just because that article got like big press, and then even the Canadian government. So the parent company of Pornhub is called MindGeek. They're a Canadian company, and so like even the Prime Minister after this article came out, the Canadian Prime Minister was like, "Yeah, they need to sort this shit out."
Yeah.
And so there were a lot of big powers telling Pornhub, you got to do something about this. And so then they just did a massive purge and like,
I guess it's a start for them. Like, it's a fuck that. Like, I guess it's a start, you know?
Yeah. They
and
definitely,
that's
like the whole purging thing, that definitely needed to be done.
Yeah.
And then making sure that verified uploaders and stuff are the only people that can upload is also a good step.
Yeah.
On to the next one though. When we're gonna have a little discussion about Jake Paul and Floyd Mayweather.
Oh, bro,
Logan.
fuck.
Logan.
No,
Paul.
yeah, it's Logan.
No, it's Jake Paul.
No, it's Logan.
It's Logan.
Logan. Jake's
the
one going
that
after
knocked out
McGregor.
Yeah.
Logan Paul. Yeah.
Bro, I actually think Logan Paul could beat Mayweather purely because of his height and weight. Bro, Logan Paul's like 6'2", I think.
Like at least 200 pounds, at least.
I think because when he did that KSI fight, he was I think 190 something.
Oh, okay.
Right? Fucking has Floyd ever gone up against someone who's 6'2"? No.
I don't think so. No, but
Exactly.
this is only like an exhibition though. It's classed as an exhibition fight.
Yeah, he's still going to... I reckon
Yeah.
he can still... Who gives a fuck what
Do you
his
think
class
it'll
is?
still matter on Floyd's legacy if he loses though?
Yes. If he loses, yes. What a dumb cunt. He's just doing this for the payday, man.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, how much money did he fucking blow to have to take this fight?
Maybe he just wants to get more money.
Yeah. I'd say.
Okay, so he's going to risk his whole fucking legacy.
But then again,
He's fighting a dude who's never fought a professional boxer.
Isn't this what Mayweather's always been up against? That nigga that, oh my God, he's going to lose this one.
No, but
he always comes out on top?
It's a lose-lose for him because
Or it's
everyone
a win-win.
everyone thinks that he will win because of he's fucking 50-0. Is he 50-0 or 49?
Yeah, 50-50, you know.
Okay, if it's 50-0, right? If he wins, no one's gonna be like, okay, that wasn't expected. If he loses, he lost to a guy who's never actually fought like a professional fight. Like the KSI and Logan one was deemed a professional fight, but neither of them
shit,
are. Like they're not professional
YouTubers.
boxers.
Yeah.
And let's not forget, both brothers are athletes. Like Logan's a pretty good fucking wrestler, and Jake can fucking throw hands. Like he's
he's a good
decent.
boxer,
Like
yeah.
he's got.
I don't
decent,
think he's.
he's got decent hands. Like for a kid that's just started, and a
Yeah.
celebrity. Like
Yeah.
you know. what I
Yeah,
mean?
okay,
Like,
but
he knows the
again, I think
fundamentals.
like Jake, he hasn't versed fucking anyone. He
Yeah.
versed one YouTube. He's versed two YouTubers,
And
that were both fucking just shit, right? He versed Nate Robinson, who was what 5'8". 5'8". Jake Paul's like 6 foot, I think.
6'1", yeah.
He had that fucking reach. Nate didn't.
Rubbish. He couldn't do
He
shit.
couldn't do shit, man. Like.
Yeah.
But I think with Floyd, I don't see it as a lose-lose. I say even if he wins,
The only win he's making is the fact that he's getting like 50 mil from this.
yeah,
And
that's
that's
I
what
think
he's
that's
always
always
been
yeah,
about.
that's
He's
what it's
always
been about.
been
Yeah,
about.
I think for Mayweather, that's like I don't care. I'm getting my payday.
Yeah.
I'm gonna win.
And-
30 minutes.
yeah.
See you later.
Yeah, exactly. And I think what like Logan really needs to do is like lean into make it, and this is gonna sound so bad, but make it like a race thing to ensure that you can get as much money as you can. You know what I mean? Because he's like that typical American look. You know, he's got that haircut. He's got
Tall,
that,
white,
yeah,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
So it's like they're gonna play it out. Like we can already know what's gonna happen. That's how they're gonna play it. Or like, you know, they're gonna make it black versus white. Like look at Mayweather when he fought having the biggest mental break. The Mexican bloke.
Canelo?
No, when he Oscar. When he fought
De La
Oscar.
Hoya,
yeah,
yeah,
remember
yeah,
how like came
yeah.
out in the Mexican hat?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
there was like 90
Yeah.
fucking thousand Mexicans that like, you know, went to that fight. How many bought it just to see? It's like, I hate this fucking guy. I
Yeah,
wanna
'cause
see him
he
get
went
knocked out.
racist and
Like,
shit,
yeah,
yeah.
like they play into
Yeah,
it. And
yeah,
like
yeah.
everything's just now at that stage where it's like, yeah, it's
Just
definitely I
makes
need
the
money.
yeah.
You know, it's interesting to see.
Yeah,
though.
but that's my point, right? Like, I get who wouldn't take 50 mil, but I thought Floyd was at a point where 50 mil was nothing to him, wasn't he? Wasn't he flaunting like,
probably
oh, bro,
wants
I've got fucking billions? Wasn't he at that point?
He's probably getting the 50 mil for
Like-
another fucking investment he wants to put in.
But like,
Some building he wants to fucking.
I thought he made it.
I
He
do-
made his whole life seem like 50 mil. That's fucking
But
nothing.
I
I'm not doing
think
shit.
also like on the flip side, like he's probably got that addictive personality where like
He
it's
does-
always more.
So in the 50 Cent book, he actually talks about gambling
Yeah.
and whatnot. And he talks about how bad Floyd's addiction to gambling is. Like he used to just put 30, 40, like 100K sometimes
Yeah.
on like certain bets and machines, and just because he was addicted to that thrill of I can put 100K and turn that into 600K, and because he has the money to splurge like that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So, but that's what I'm saying is that he's blown. He has to have blown a lot of money for him to go. Okay, yeah, I'm going to take up this fight.
No, I don't think he's blown a lot,
Okay,
though.
but why would he not? If he was going to just do an exhibition match for the payday, why wouldn't he just fight like fucking Pacquiao again?
because. Well, you can't do that as Pacquiao want that as a professional, I'm assuming.
Yeah, but still,
And
like,
this- and this-
okay, where's more money? If he versed another professional boxer, or if he's fighting fucking Logan Paul?
Maybe because this,
The money's if he goes with another fighter.
because obviously I think the exhibition would only be like 6 rounds, 3 minutes, 5 rounds.
If I was Floyd, I'd make it like the
Plus
full 10 or
Logan,
12.
there's a lot of attention now on those guys.
others, yeah.
Yeah, and they bring another audience to the boxing scene.
Boxing's fucking dead though.
No, I don't think
It's
so.
old money. That's the only thing that's like keeping them alive is the fact that they made so much money in the past, right? Like now it's dead.
Yeah. I still fuck with it.
Yeah,
heaps,
I
like,
think there's
Yeah, okay,
youngsters
you
coming
two-
through.
Yeah.
Devin
okay.
Haney, Javante
It's-
Davis.
But you're not getting
Lomachenko.
like new fans, right? You're not really getting like people like who are just watching it on the weekend, being like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna make a dedicated effort to go watch another boxing fight. They're going
Because-
to watch UFC and then going,
Yeah.
okay, I'm gonna watch another
I
one.
think because also the system is pretty corrupt, or was very corrupt.
Yeah.
and
Plus, there's too many belts, man.
Yeah.
There's too many belts. There's too many federations.
Yeah.
The only
It's
good thing
tough
that
to-
they have that the MMA should take from it is the multiple weight classes. That's the only thing. Like how they have so many weight classes. Like that's
You're saying they cut it down a bit.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, 'cause-
that's the only thing. Like
Because it's only like
most
3
fans would say.
pounds in between.
I mean,
weight
but
classes.
but to me, like I still love boxing because
Yeah,
I
same.
grew up.
Yeah.
I grew up on it. Like I'll still watch everything now.
Yeah.
But that's probably me just being biased because it's my perspective.
Yeah.
Into like
Perspective.
Because like you look at how like Muhammad Ali, Tyson, all those guys back when they were like the heavyweight champ, people knew, okay, heavyweight champ of the world is like Ali, Tyson.
now it's like who the
Now,
fuck?
yeah, it's like,
There's
A lot
like
of people
10
know
different-
Tyson Fury though.
Yeah, but
no,
I think
they know
well,
him
you're
because
not
of
a
his
scout, yeah.
antics, right? They
Yeah.
know him because he's like a Conor McGregor
Yeah,
of the boxing
yeah,
world.
yeah.
If he was like I didn't know who the fuck Anthony Joshua was before I got like into MMA, and then like because you get into MMA, you might watch a boxing fight here and there, and then they talk about Anthony Joshua, right? I didn't know who the fuck he was. I knew who fucking Muhammad Ali was when I was like 4 years old. Right? So it's definitely declined.
yeah.
I think it's stagnant, very stagnant.
Yeah. I think it's very confusing for just someone to pick up tomorrow.
Yeah.
Like you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
With MMA, you've got multiple organizations, but everyone's like, all right, UFC.
Yeah.
Like it's big when
Yeah.
people are like, oh, I love UFC, but they actually mean I love MMA. But that's when you know it's big.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, because fuck, why the fuck is like they come out and they're holding like 20 belts?
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck?
WBO, WBF, IBO,
Yeah.
IBF.
Like they have to have they have to hire people. Hey, I'm paying you just to
Yeah.
come out and hold this one belt.
Yeah.
Floyd Mayweather used to get Justin Bieber to hold his belt. Sucker.
Yeah, and 50 Cent. Hey, Bieber's a mad dog now.
Yeah, it's real religious and
Yeah.
stuff.
Bieber's cool. I fuck with Bieber.
Remember when he first came? Remember when he
Yeah,
came
but
in, they,
I
they
think-
egged him on the stage?
No.
I also think that's because we were like
We were
12 years
mad at
old.
him
Yeah.
because he
Right?
got all the
Yeah,
girls.
yeah. We were 15.
Yeah. Yeah.
The best was when they egged him on the concert in Sydney.
I never knew that. They
No,
did that.
yeah. They trolled. They
That
missed.
was you, eh?
They missed.
That was you.
No.
Because your lack of perspective and your
My
insecurities.
emotions took over. I'm going to go egg this
Yeah.
guy. I didn't think anything of him, to be honest, when he first came. I just found it funny how so many people wanted to hate on him. Like, with fucking like so much anger.
Yeah, yeah. Because it's weird when you see guys our age, like when we were 15, there's no way we would get caught fucking singing a Justin Bieber song in a locker room, right?
Oh, yeah.
And then there was that video of those NFL guys that went fucking huge because they were like fucking going hard to a Justin Bieber song. There's no way when we were like 16, you'd find us going that hard to a Justin Bieber song.
We'll plug life every day.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. Like that shit though. Like Bieber was banging, man. Like he had some catchy tunes. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, Baby's fucking catchy as fuck.
Exactly.
Especially
And, like,
Ludacris's rap.
Yeah, I know Justin's like too proud to admit it, but like, come on, bro. Like Bieber is still fire. Like,
No,
from the day-
he's good. I don't think he's a shit. I don't say nothing bad about him. But I definitely wasn't vibing Baby back. You know what I'm
exactly.
saying? But I like the album 2 years ago with is it Skrillex
Diplo.
or something? Diplo, yeah. Those are my songs.
Yeah.
But like I just like to sit there and fucking pump
Yeah.
Bieber tunes.
Yeah, exactly. Fucking, I reckon Bieber should have like a fucking bust up with like someone, like a proper exhibition match. That'll be funny to watch.
Bro, who? Shawn Mendes?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, that would make fucking
Like,
millions.
Yeah, but I reckon like teenage girls would fucking like,
Yeah.
Yeah, they
you know what I
would,
mean? Like
yeah.
their fan base are just so dedicated.
Yeah, they are.
Like so fucking
They
dedicated.
stop bashing each other.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it would be as bad as like a boxing match. Like,
Yeah.
Like
when,
the Khabib McGregor one.
yeah,
Yeah. That'd be
Right.
crazy.
that'd go nuts.
Yeah,
the
they
fans.
would. We can
And
do
that'd be a
the
good
PR.
matchup. Like they're
Yeah.
about the same height.
Yeah,
They're the
exactly.
same build.
Yeah.
They look almost identical. They're
Yeah.
both from Canada. They could pass off
Shawn
as
Mendes Canadian.
yeah.
Oh shit! You learn something new every day. Oh, see, he got in trouble. Like he got like cancelled on Twitter for a bit because
Twitter.
like I saw this thing yesterday. This is how dumb it is. You know Sam Smith,
Yeah.
the singer. He introduced Sam Smith as a he on like this Christmas jingle thing that they were doing on Instagram, and Sam Smith actually wants to be addressed as they and them. Yeah. I knew Justin would like that one.
That one's like
So he got dragged and like he apologized and stuff, but it's like, you know, he was saying like, oh, I'm now introducing one of the biggest stars in the world. I really enjoy his music. He's a great person. He's a great friend of mine.
Yeah, see, but
he's Sam Smith.
Yeah, that can't. But
Okay.
I always like with they.
Yeah.
For me, that's fuck. I can't say the word
Purely?
No, fuck it. When it's more than one.
Plural.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Fuck it up.
It's too early in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're all having mind blanks here. Some of us are
Yeah,
shooting
so
blanks.
I associate like they with like more than one.
Yeah.
So if I'm referring to one person and he doesn't want to, like, they don't want to, whatever
Yeah.
the fuck.
Yeah, but like, how am I supposed to, like, how are you supposed to say it's like, and I want like people
Yeah,
to
because
correct
if
us on
someone's
this.
like, it's like, oh,
It has
they
a
are
great-
over
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
I'm going to think, oh, there's more than one person over there.
Yeah, like exactly. Like if I'm trying to wingman you, I'd be like, oh, check out my friend. He's such a good guy. What am I supposed to say? Check out my friend. They's such a good guy. Like,
It's a great bloke.
yeah, like
Yeah, like,
You know what I mean?
It
Like,
might
it's-
sound silly, but I think it is like the word it is a better term.
yeah, exactly.
Because it's
So, like,
singular.
it.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
singular, right? Like you think, okay, it is one, they is.
But why would you
Plural.
still address someone as it? Anyways, like you're a boy or a girl, that's it. Female, male.
Oh,
Yeah.
not getting
Nah,
into
like,
these.
come on,
Let's
bro.
get back to
No,
the
let's
Paul
let's
brothers.
get onto this,
Let's
bro.
get back to the
Nah, bro, it's
Paul.
an hour and 3 minutes.
Let's get back to the Paul
Let's go
brothers.
5 more minutes.
Mayweather's gonna win. Fuck yeah. Goodbye.
All right,
Soft fucking cunts. All of ya soft.
End it there.
All right.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening. And
don't we have?
yeah, I'll do the outro. Yeah, that's the party. That's the wrap. That's all that.
I just
Don't we
want
have those
to.
pre-recorded raps?
Yeah, but we do a quick wrap and then
Yeah.
the pre-recorded take over.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Just last words. No.
You got any last words, Logan?
No. Last words. No.
I just got a couple last words. Shout out to everyone in Fiji. Doing it tough right now. Massive cyclone. So just want to pray that everyone's doing well and staying safe. And another shout out to the Last Goal Wins podcast. Mark Zuckerberg fucked over their Instagram. So check him out on Spotify. We'll link it down on our YouTube video below and on this description.
They got zucked, eh?
Yeah, they got zucked.
Did they actually, like,
Yeah, they got zucked.
The Instagram got taken down.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah. Because Zuckerberg's a cuck. Now we're probably going to get taken down, but that's all right.
No, I love you, Mark Zuckerberg.
yeah.
Social Network's my favorite movie.
Yeah. So we'll probably shout them out on our Off the Cuff Instagram page on our stories to check that out when this is out. Yeah.
Too easy. Thanks
all
for
from me.
listening. Catch us.
Perspective.
Justin here. Thanks for listening to another episode of Off the Cuff. Hope you enjoyed this episode, got a laugh and some value out of it. All we ask is that you just share this episode either on your Instagram story and tag us at offthecuff_podcast so we can see it, or just share it with a friend, however you like to share it. Again, thanks for listening. As always, stay out of trouble and keep it in your pants, eh?